Helluva Boss episode, where are we? 2. This is an interesting one in that it sort of ties into continuity from the pilot, which I didn't review, but I saw whenever it came out. But it also is a different one because I thought they were just going to be like killing people and stuff, and this they still do, but that's not their primary mission. Their mission is to protect this guy on a trip to an amusement park with his daughter. Now, I thought they established sort of the character of the daughter and the setup of their relationship, first off with a great song about him protecting her as a little kid and so forth, and really establish that relationship because you just see him fucking around, getting yelled out by her mom and stuff. It doesn't really mean as much, but they have a really great character beat in this amazing kind of lullaby, which I was like, oh, I should totally sing that to my daughter. And then he kept singing. I was like, I can't sing that good, so I don't think I can. But anyway, they did a good job of setting that up and showing that relationship first and foremost. And then when you see that her as a teenager, you understand like why she's upset. You understand like why she's mad at her dad and so forth. Apparently in a previous episode, one of the characters in Helluva Boss said to the mom that he had sex with the dad and so forth. I sort of missed that on first viewing, but I saw that someone had tipped me off basically. But I did find that interesting that there's kind of loose continuity and so forth. In this one, it's like, I get that the whole show is like horny on Maine and that's like the whole thing. It's like they're very sexual and they say all these outrageous things. But this one like almost got too much. But the thing is like the animation is so fluid. The characters are like it's really great, well animated. I do still like the characters that I sort of like it in spite of that. Like it sort of does make me roll my eyes sometimes. And I am like, I was a little like, what is this episode? Because the other one felt like so structured. And this is a far more like, let's hang out at this amusement park kind of thing. And it felt way less structured. And it's more about this daughter and her dad than like the team in the Helluva Boss that we got to with episode 1 and so forth. So that was a little different. I sort of like that the show feels a little more dynamic, but it wasn't like what I liked about the first episode. I thought the first episode had a good sense of humor and so forth. This one just didn't do it, but it was called Loo Loo Land was the episode. I did like this episode of Helluva Boss. The whole clown thing felt just a little played out. It just felt like a lot of things we've seen overall from other like kind of goth crazy properties. One of the other things I liked about this episode is towards the end of the cartoon when her and the dad kind of reconcile and she's like, I didn't like this amusement park, it was fun as a kid, and you see the amusement park sort of burn down. The metaphor of that really worked. It's like her idea of like it's not important to her anymore, they're moving on, and it's burning down like the past was actually, I thought, really fitting. So there's a lot of like interesting metaphorical thematic things that are actually going on here to tell its story, and it says more about the animation, the storyteller of Visipop than anything that this episode actually works, because there's a lot of ways like this didn't. It felt like jokes I'd heard a million times before. It didn't feel as structured as the first episode, but I was noticing how it had these touches that really worked about it and really sold the story, and I sort of couldn't deny it in spite of itself, which is pretty amazing for any storyteller too, when you're like, oh, okay, this again, the crazy clown. Oh, we're seeing, a Chuck E. Cheese-esque robotic band. We're seeing, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, we're seeing too many sex jokes. And you still like, but I still liked it and I'll watch another one. So I think like that shows a lot about her. I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm like actually being very complimentary that like there's a lot of things I didn't like and I still liked it is like pretty remarkable. That's harder to do for me to like watch something go, I didn't like, and then I still like in spite of it, I'm like, but that was really good. And I think that's the Helluva Boss is becoming a really great show. It's becoming a really fun cartoon to keep up with.